Welcome. We've got our health talks today on fitness. All month we've been talking about women's health, and last week we focused on nutrition. And we also talked about how to eliminate toxins in our diet, and then also how to support our body at a cellular level by cleansing unwanted toxins out of our system. And this week we are going to dive into exercise and fitness. And I'm so excited that we have my friend Jen joining us today. She's a personal trainer. And one of the reasons why I'm so excited that she is joining us is because of who she is and what she values. So as a wellness coach, one of the things that I focus on when I'm coaching people is balance and self-care. And Jen is so intentional about that. She is a wife, a mom, and a personal trainer, and she's really good about making sure that there is time for self-care. She's great at setting boundaries to make sure that there's room for that, and that is so important. So I'm excited to introduce you to Jen, who, like I said before, is a really good friend of mine, but she's also a personal trainer, and she's going to answer our questions related to fitness and exercise. So Jen, are you there?
I am here. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I did a happy dance when you said yes to this opportunity. So I'm really excited to be here with you today and pick your brain on fitness. So let's go ahead and just dive in and get started. My first question has to do with fitting it into our schedule, because I know so many people get busy and they're taking care of their families, their kids, maybe even have jobs, and can't find time to fit in a workout. So if we just had maybe 30 minutes a day, what would you recommend we focus on?
First and foremost, you want to make sure, of course, you're doing something you enjoy. You're doing something you don't enjoy, you're not going to stick with it. And yes, we're very busy. So if you only have 30 minutes a day, I would try to mix a combination of strength training with core conditioning and also getting your cardio in. That's important, especially for the weight loss. So, it just depends on where you're at in your workout regimen, if you have been working out, if you haven't. For example, rest days are important too. So you need to probably at least rest one out of, the 7 days a week, maybe even two. But say, for example, Monday you could focus on your legs. Then Tuesday you could focus on your upper body and doing like your chest and back. Then Wednesday, maybe the core and cardio. Thursday, back to legs. Friday, upper body again, but now doing your shoulders, triceps, and biceps. And then Saturday, back to the core and cardio, with Sunday being a rest day. I mean, that's just an example, but you want to make sure you find time to warm up and cool down. Stretching is very important too. So you got to make sure, doing the strength training, of course, with the core and cardio, but finding the time to have a rest day. Again, about the balance, like you mentioned, and making sure that you are stretching, before and after.
Awesome. Yes. I love that. Just like you said, the balance is so important, but it's balancing your workout too, not focusing on just one thing where you're, doing abs all the time and forgetting about the legs and the shoulder and, all of that. So that's awesome. Thank you. Okay. So this next question has to do with age. So I coach a lot of people, various ages. And I'm curious, is there something, that we should keep in mind depending on our age? Are there limitations, things that we should and shouldn't do? Does age even matter?
Age does play a role. It plays a vital role, but a lot of it depends on any pre-existing conditions you might have, any medical conditions you might have, previous injuries, how much knowledge you have in working out. You might have a 25-year-old and a 50-year-old, and the 50-year-old might be in better shape than that 25-year-old because she has worked with a personal trainer, or she has a lot more experience. So you just have to listen to your body and modify as needed. And but it does play a role for sure. So that's why when I do meet with my clients, I make sure we go over any medications that they're on, any injuries they've had before. So it does play a factor, and that's why you just need to listen to your body and listen to your trainer.
Yes.
And, so it does.
Yeah, definitely listening to your body. That makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. So for our listeners and our viewers, could you kind of explain, I heard you mention earlier about strength training. maybe a little bit more about what strength training is and the difference between like maybe a cardio and strength workout?
Mm-hmm. So strength training, of course, it can be with free weights, it can be with machines, it can even be with like a TRX using your own body weight. So strength training is just incorporating the weights. And of course, cardio can be running, walking, elliptical. So you can do strength training with many different things, even your own body weight, can help you gain strength. But I have a lot of free weights, kettlebells, so typically being a home-based gym that I have, I don't have all the machines like you would see at a gym. But you can get strength training through the machines or even the free weights.
Now, do you use resistance bands as well? Would that be considered strength training?
Yes, I have resistance bands as well. And the TRX does remind people, it's literally 2 bands that hang from the wall that you can work your full body on. But I do have the bands as well, the slides and the actual bands, yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I love this next question. As Jessica and I were coming up with the questions, this was a really good one because it comes up a lot where I see women at the gym only focusing on the cardio because they have this fear of bulking up. Like if I do weights, am I going to look like a man or, am I going to get too big? So can you touch a little bit about what you would recommend to women who have that fear, like, that don't want to get into any weights or strength training because they're afraid of bulking up?
Yes. Our ability to bulk up is slim to none. Of course, you're going to become more defined, more toned, increase your strength, but we have 10 to 30 times less of the hormones that allow women to bulk up or get that hypertrophy compared to men. So it really shouldn't be a fear. I know it is for many women, but the ability to really bulk up is very minimal. It's not going to happen. So that can be a downer too, because we want to build that muscle quick. A lot of men you'll see, they go into the gym, they've been doing the strength training for a couple of weeks and you see them tone up much quicker. And that's because they have the hormones that allow them to get strong and bulk up. So we just don't have that in our bodies.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Okay, very good. All right, so this next question I have is about core strength. I know my mom, as she's aged, she's really struggled with core strength and it's affecting her posture to where she's starting to kind of curve over, and her doctor recommended that she start doing some physical therapy to try to strengthen her core, and she has so much regret that she didn't really focus on core strength years ago. And now she's trying to, manage a really big problem. It's causing physical pain and stuff. So women of all ages, I'm assuming, should really focus on core strength. Can you kind of talk about core strength a little bit, Jen?
Yes, core strength is crucial, like you said. Everything stems from our core, having better posture. When you're strength training, you'll have better form. It's going to improve your balance and stability. A lot of my older clients, that's the thing they always talk about, their balance. Balance, balance, balance. I have awful balance. So, working on the core, it's going to definitely help your back, like you mentioned. And it's just going to improve your balance and stability. And you're going to have better form too. Working with a trainer, of course, they're going to be watching your form, but with a stronger core, that definitely helps your form too.
That is so interesting. I never really even thought about the balance part of it, but as people age, we often hear about, that they fall, and hurt hips and elbows and shoulders and stuff. So your core strength actually plays that much role in your balance. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it improves your balance and stability both. Yes,
it makes sense. It makes
so a lot of the single leg movements are really good to do, and I incorporate that in quite a bit. Having like single leg toe touches, different things where you have to focus.
I love it. Yeah. So, what other tools do you have that help with the core strength? Do you do like the Bosu? I've heard that's really good.
Yes, I have a Bosu ball. A lot of plank work can help with the core.
Okay.
So you can do a plank even on a fit ball, the stability ball. Yes. So typically in the workouts for the girls, I do incorporate core in every workout that they do with me. So you don't have to do it 5 days a week, of course. And I don't know if you've heard the saying, but they say abs are made in the kitchen. So it's, what you eat has a lot to do with strengthening your core as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So this next question, I, really resonate a lot with it, because when I was struggling with my health and had so much widespread pain, it really held me back from exercising. I knew it was important. I knew it was something I needed to do, but I was discouraged by it, because it seemed like every time I try to dive into a regular exercise routine, I would have increased physical pain and then felt like it was a setback. So for the listeners and the viewers that deal with widespread pain, what are some ways that they can, maybe ease into a workout? Are there low impact alternatives? What would you suggest to somebody who deals with widespread pain?
Well, moving is crucial. As you know, when you're in pain, you have to keep moving, and exercising is going to be one thing that's going to help for sure. But like you said, you need to ease into it. If you haven't worked out in 6 months, you don't want to be, hitting the gym for an hour, 5 days a week. You need to really ease into it, especially if you're incorporating the strength training, which is definitely going to help any physical pain you have, because it's going to build stronger connective tissues and increase your joint stability. So, I had a client in Oregon, and she'd had a hip replacement, but she was there every week, at least once or twice a week, working out with me. And then she traveled a lot, but she could tell a difference, traveling, then she wasn't getting, her workouts in as often while traveling. But you have to keep moving, but you also need to listen to your body.
Yeah.
As well. So just not overdoing it, and everything can be modified. You can modify a plank, you can modify a burpee, so just, again, working with someone who will make sure that you're doing things properly, because oftentimes you might, there's all these videos out there now with the social media. You can watch someone performing a plank or a burpee, but they might not be doing it correctly. So
yeah,
listening to your body. Well, definitely.
That is so important, is just making sure that you're doing it right. And then I love what you said about the connective tissue, that the strength training really helps with that. And with people with widespread pain, that's usually where the issues are in the joints and the connective tissue. And so, oftentimes they'll just maybe do stuff in a pool or just walk. And so what you're saying is that incorporating strength training with modifications will actually help, and not to stop with just the walking. I want to make sure I understood that.
Yes, correct. So, cardio is, I completely believe you need to be walking, running, or whatever you're comfortable with. But incorporating that with the strength training. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that kind of, the walking, running thing is our next question, actually. The benefits of both. Is one better than the other? What's your take on that?
As long as you're doing cardio, again, first and foremost, you need to do what you like and what you enjoy.
Yes.
And also, if you have any pre-existing conditions, if you have bad knees, I don't advise running. So you need to listen to your body. But I think both are great. And I actually incorporate both in my workouts throughout the week. But what I really like to do, and I think helps a lot of clients, is what you call interval running, or like an interval incline walk. To get the heart rate up more, you're going to burn more calories. So if you like to run, you can jog a minute, sprint a minute for maybe 25 to 30 minutes. If you're more of a walker, then it's great to walk, but get that incline up. So maybe for 2 minutes, walk at a 2% incline. Then for 3 minutes, ramp it up to 10 to 12, even 15% incline, then go back down and do that for 25 to 30 minutes. So that way you're getting the heart rate up. It's more like a high intensity interval training that you can do.
Okay. So what if, I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No.
Oh, okay. So what if you don't have a treadmill to regulate that incline? Is there something that you could maybe do just, as you're out and about in maybe your neighborhood and you're walking? Could you still do the interval training with just like speeding it up and then slowing it down? And could you do that?
With walking, it might be a little harder unless you live somewhere that has a lot of hills. When we were in Oregon, it was perfect. We had a lot of hills. But the running, of course, you could do. You could go to the track. You could sprint, for a minute around the track, then jog for a minute, timing yourself. But as far as the walking, you can also even put the ankle weights around your ankles and walk with some ankle weights
Oh, that's a good
for
idea.
part of the walk. And then once you get tired, then move them to your arms. So then you're working your arms. I mean, there are a lot of different things you can do, especially if you don't have access to a treadmill.
Okay, that's awesome. I love the weights. Okay, so Jen, tell me a little bit about some of the services that you provide right now. If somebody were to do personal training with you, what kind of stuff do you incorporate?
So it depends on if you come one-on-one or if you're coming with a group of ladies, but I do more of a circuit type training. So typically there are 4 stations, and you're at each station for a set time, maybe 40 seconds or a minute. And then you move on to the next station, then we set up the next round. So every time you come, it's going to be different. It depends on how many times a week that you come as well. So if you come 3 times a week, Monday might be leg day, Wednesday arms, Friday would be focusing more on core and cardio and getting that heart rate up. But I offer it out of my garage. We have a 3-car garage. We're in a gated community with a cul-de-sac. So we have a lot of fun things. I have tires that you can flip. I have battle ropes. I have a punching bag. All the women like to punch on that bag. The TRX, a Bosu ball, kettlebells, free weights, a treadmill, you name it. So I just try to keep it fun, but yet also pushing you, to where you're going to get results. And I only do up to 4 women. That way I can watch everyone, make sure everyone's form is correct. Typically your first session, I like to do one-on-one so I can see where you're at than just starting with a group of ladies. But I charge $30 an hour for one-on-one. And then for groups up to 4 women, I charge $15 a person. So you can do groups of 2 to 4 ladies.
That is so affordable. I know a lot of people don't even look into personal training because it can be expensive. So say that again, $30 for the personal one-on-one, right?
Correct.
And then for the group training, it's how much?
$15 a person.
Oh my
and I'll do up to 4 ladies.
Okay, that's super cheap or affordable, I should say. And how fun to do it with 4 friends. I love that. Very, very cool.
It's funny because, you get these groups and then, they're all the chit chat, but yet working hard. So it's fun, the group stuff for sure. But the one-on-one's nice too, because then they get that one-on-one focus. So a lot of my clients will do maybe 1 session solo a week and then 2 with, a group of other girls, or vice versa, 2 solo, 1 as a group, just based on their budget and, their preferences.
Awesome. I love your flexibility. That's really cool. So in your bio, Jen, you mentioned that you love essential oils and that you have incorporated them into your business. I am curious. Tell us what you've done to incorporate it into your business and maybe some of the oils that you've used with your clients.
Well, living in Oregon, as you know, it rains a lot. So a lot of my clients would be tired. So peppermint oil I'd recommend, or they show up and, of course they're talking and someone's like, man, I didn't sleep good last night. So I just noticed that as I was training them, I'm so passionate about my oils, like the oil talk came up pretty much every day with my clients. So like one of them, she is a dietitian and she was having a lot of bloating and not feeling well because she eats a lot of raw vegetables. And I said, well, here, I gave her a sample to Digest Zen and she tried it and immediately she's like, I feel so much better. Well, she is now a wellness advocate. And so I signed up about a handful of my clients out there. But, the oils, again, it's all about balance and just finding balance in your life. And they can help you sleep. They can help you, have more energy with the peppermint, sore muscles, the deep blue that, all of my girls, they'd come up to training smelling like deep blue. So but it's just a great way to incorporate, helping, I guess, just being able to help them, not just with their workouts, but also just, feeling better and using natural products and not using the ibuprofen and over-the-counter things.
Yes, that's awesome. So Jen, in summary, what would you say if we were to just focus on maybe there's people that haven't even found time for incorporating exercise. They see the value, they want to do it. What are the 3 main things, if we could just kind of simplify and say, start here, what are the 3 things that you would recommend focusing on?
First of all, you need to focus on you. as women and moms, we get very, very busy and we're like, okay, I'll work out later. I'll get it in later. Focus on you. Put yourself first, because when mom's happy, everybody's happy. So make sure you're just, focusing on yourself. But secondly, finding that balance. Again, going back to that. Working out, strength training, conditioning, doing the cardio, it's all great, but it also, what are you putting in your mouth after you do that? So finding balance in your nutrition, utilizing your oils, getting enough sleep, stretching, so you just need to find balance with those things in your life. And then finally, I'd say have fun, do something you enjoy. So if you don't like running, then do the walk. But you need to have fun and hold yourself accountable. So if that means, coming to a personal trainer to hold you accountable, or doing the buddy system and working out with a friend, but just make sure you're doing something that you enjoy and have fun.
Awesome. So Jen, you're located in Mesa, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. What are your cross streets?
So we are off of Power and Redmont, just north of the 202. So we're in Red Mountain Ranch.
Okay.
If people are familiar with Red Mountain Ranch, right by the country club.
Awesome. So I just want to make sure we mentioned where you're located. So our listeners and our viewers, if they're interested in setting up personal training with you, they know, your general area. But Jen and I were talking about what if, people want to train with Jen, but it's kind of outside of their area, or maybe you're even out of state. So we were kind of talking, what would that look like? And it's something that is still somewhat in the making. But Jen has offered an opportunity to maybe customize a workout plan. If you were to contact her via email, kind of share your fitness goals with her, and she can help you customize maybe an exercise plan that you could do at home, and then have like regular check-ins and accountability with her and adjust things as you begin to make progress. So she is willing to make that super affordable, but the price will vary based on that person's needs. So if this is something that you maybe are interested in learning more about, I want to just encourage you, reach out to Jen. She has so much passion for what she does. She loves to serve others and would love to help you reach your fitness goals. So her email is bttt, so like B-triple-T, fit @gmail.com. So again, it's bttt and then the word fit, F-I-T, @gmail.com. Please reach out to Jen so that she can kind of help you reach those fitness goals. And I just want to, that pretty much wraps things up, unless there was anything else that you wanted to add, Jen. Did we not cover anything? Or are you good?
I think we're good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I will be posting the recording of this on our women's health page, and we are going to be talking all about fitness this week. So if you hop onto the women's Facebook page, just look up Women's Health, and if you're not already a member, be sure to request to join so you don't miss out on any of the awesome information that we are going to be continuing to pour in for our Women's Health Month. And I will be posting all week essential oil, doTERRA's oils and wellness products that are going to help support your efforts when it comes to fitness and exercise. So thank you for joining us. Have a great day.